Welcome to Pocket Watch Podcast. I'm Zach
Cruz.
DJ ET.
Ooh, I know y'all heard that switch up. We do got a guest up in the house today, so I want y'all to go ahead and make a round of applause for my boy ET that's in the crib right now. We do appreciate you for pulling up with us, bro, giving us your support and love right now for sure.
Thanks.
If you guys are returning back for another week, we do appreciate you guys for continuously listening to us every single week. Yeah. If you guys are listening on the Block 105, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you guys are on the Block 105, go ahead and show us some love on our socials. You guys can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. You can find us on Spotify. All that is going to be Pocket Watch Podcast on the socials all together. If you're on the podcast side, it's going to be Pocket Watch Podcast with space in between each word, spelled normal spelling. That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Check them out.
Yes, sir. We got DJ ET in the building.
Up, guys?
Oh,
What's
my
up?
God, man. It's a long time coming, bro.
Big facts.
My man's making some big moves. Big moves. We got some things we foreshadowing this episode. We got, what we got? We got Sail at Home.
Yeah.
We got like some nice, what, you work at the Snow Bar right now, right?
The Ice
like,
Bar. It says Snow Bar.
Shout out to the Ice Bar.
Yeah.
DJing at the Ice Bar.
Yeah.
Amway.
Yeah, so he's got
that's
some-
My
right,
man
yeah.
working,
Yeah,
man. He
that's
got the
right,
good
yeah.
accent. He's here to drop some fucking gems and bombs
big
on
facts,
us
big
right
facts.
now.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's
Thank
go,
you for the invite.
man. Yes,
Big facts.
sir.
Appreciate you for pulling up. So let's go ahead and knock out with the weekly failure success for fast, bro.
Weekly success and failure. I know we haven't done this for a couple of weeks for y'all. By the time y'all listen to this, I talked about it maybe like one of the second episodes before the year end. With the HVAC class I was taking, right? I just want to talk about a good success for me this week.
Yeah.
Is knowing not how to make the money,
Yeah.
but why you want to make the money, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Or maybe enjoying how you're making the money, right? It's not about just knowing about different ways of revenue, different streams of revenue. That's fine. You can know about everything you want.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, do you want to do that shit? Because I was going down one path and I was like, I'm not liking this. And then you start to realize it's like maybe you should focus on what you're good at and what you like to do. And if you make money that way, then that's how you strive. That's how you succeed. That's how you get bigger. You know what I mean? But I was trying one path just because I know it's lucrative, and I wasn't feeling it. You know what I mean?
Never do it for the money.
Bro, it's a hindrance. It's definitely a hindrance.
Money will come.
Facts. That's 100%. Like this podcast, we don't make no money off this podcast.
Yeah.
Nope.
But I put way more work into this shit than I do a lot of things in my life.
Oh, well, this
Big
will
facts.
pay off because whether you make money doing this or not, you're around the right people, and that's the most important thing.
It's definitely like a long-term investment, man. This ain't something that's going to grow overnight, you know what? And we don't expect it to. And even if it doesn't ever blow up like it does, you know, then it is what it is. You know,
Well,
we're enjoying the journey.
up. You got me here. You just had a big realtor here.
Yes,
you never know. One day I might be doing a big event, and you need to get inside. And
Yes, sir.
we've already made that connection.
Boom, that's true.
That's
Big
one
facts,
thing
big
that
facts.
would be super dope for us one of these days. It's like
dope.
some type of event shit. We're gonna try to link with
you
ET
never
on something
know.
like that.
Hey, dog. Hey,
You
no,
might
no.
need a DJ, and you'd be like, "Oh, well, I got the hottest one."
Yeah,
sir.
big
Yes,
facts.
sir.
You might need with your realtor friend. I need a dope pad where I'm gonna make a lot of money. And she's like, you know what? You guys showed me love. I got more clients through you guys.
Yes, sir.
You know,
It's true.
That's one thing too. If you're watching this episode, if you need a DJ, we got DJ ET
Yep.
here. That man's big. That man's doing everything that you ever wanted your DJ to do.
Yep.
Hit us up if anything.
Well, as always,
link
you know, every guest that we have in the description below, we always put their socials, always put a way to connect with them. So if you guys want to go ahead and look for a DJ, you guys having a party, you guys having a wedding, whatever it may be, if you guys want to need a DJ for whatever, go ahead and check the description. Give that man some love. And either way, man, go follow that man. Give him some love. Go give him support. I know you always be posting up some videos for that. So this man's funny.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Check
like
me
it,
out
yeah.
on Instagram and my website, DJ ET Worldwide. And you can check in with me anytime.
There you go.
Go ahead with you, Zach.
So, okay, I have a kind of funny failure for this one, but I'm gonna talk about my success. My success is that I'm happy for the new year because we're actually recording this on the 2nd, so you know it's gonna be a couple weeks till you guys hear this, but I'm excited for the new year. You know, I've already kind of started planning some things. I'm kind of setting up everything that I need to do for the year. You know, and one thing I'm happy about is that I didn't wait till the new year to kind of start chasing things and start doing what I need to do. I've been working on things for months, and it actually works out good because now that we're at the new year, I'm already kind of ahead of the game and get my foot in the door for things I need to do. You know.
Okay.
My weekly failure, man. So on New Year's Eve, bro, I did like a massive seafood boil, right? And I had like a massive 32 quart pot, huge pot, right?
Yeah.
Man, that shit broke my stove.
Oh my god.
My glass. That's a brand new stove too. It broke the glass top on my stove.
Yeah.
That's my weekly feeling, man. I was so.
That's nothing to really be too worried about. So
bro, I was sad though, man. That shit killed me, bro. I was like, man, that shit still messing with my head. That's like my weekly failure, though. You know, it's all good though. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Do your thing,
Sure.
bro.
What you got, AT? What's your
All
success?
right, so what's the question?
You got a month. Since you're a guest, you got the monthly success. What's your
Okay.
monthly failure? What's your most recent thing you
Well, I
could pick
think
apart?
that my biggest success right now is, and to me, it didn't feel like a success because I'm used to it, but through all the interactions that I've made from it, I would say that it is a success, and that is the fact that I was DJing with the Orlando Magic on the court, hanging out with some players, and I would say that was very successful.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I didn't think anything of it because I've done it before, and and it's just something that I was used to. I used to get nervous. Now I just go there, rock it.
Yeah. I saw that. Sorry to cut you off. I saw that DeMarcus Cousins photobombed you, bro.
Yeah, things like that. And the crazy part about it is I was just talking about this to someone. Like, since the last time I've done it, I had forgotten how much of an impact that makes for me as a DJ, because I've met so many more people since the last time, that this time when the newly found friends that I've made saw it, they were like, wow, he's really is a DJ. Because sometimes with being a DJ, people like, they put you in a box and they're like, oh, he's just another DJ. Then when you separate yourself from the other DJs, that's really that's successful.
Amway, that's credibility.
Honestly, bro, when I saw you doing the ice bar, I'm like, yo, that's dope as fuck. This man doing ice bar.
The ice bar was successful too. I mean, it's only getting better and better, and everything is always growing, and that's really my thing, is just to grow. Yeah, man, and you're a really cool person, bro. Like, if you guys don't know, I actually met ET because we were going to Mike Lockley's. He has like a gym or whatever, and like he does like one-on-ones, like not one-on-one sessions, but he does like group sessions where you train with him. If you guys are in the Central Florida area looking for a trainer to get you right, hit up Mike Lockley for sure. That man's cool people, man. He's humble, nice, cool people. But I met him there, and we used to do like the 11 a.m.s together, work out together, everything like that. And he was always cool people's, man. He's got like cool vibes to him, really humble, nice person, everything like that. So that's how I met him and everything like that. But he played for the Jaguars too, so we definitely got to give him his flowers.
Oh yeah, definitely. He
does his thing.
NFL player right there. He knows what he's doing. That man a beast, man. And if you think you in shape, I guarantee you go there, you're gonna humble yourself, because
man, that man changed my life.
Big facts, bro.
Yeah, he changed my life, my mindset, and different things that I do. I mean, I really was on, always on an incline, but then he just give it that extra boost. Some of the things it reinforced some of the things that I had in my mind.
What made you want to go in there? Like, you're DJ, you don't have to be like perfect shape or nothing like that.
To be honest, man, you're in pretty good shape to begin with.
Like,
No, well, I disagree, because I always try to set myself apart from the other DJs. And I noticed that a lot of them are gamers and a lot of them are lazy. And I thought, you know what? Let me up the ante. I got all these eyes on me at all times, and I'm really into like what I wear. And I'm like, if I'm gonna be spending money on clothes, I better look good in them.
And my body better look good.
And just overall health. You work out, you're gonna live a longer life. You gotta support your organs with muscles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's just a proven fact.
Overall health. Period.
I want to live till I'm at least 100, and that's my mindset.
People sleep, bro. Literally, people sleep. So to be a good DJ, you need to be awake.
That too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's good energy. Like to be able to like push it like around that 12 o'clock hour and shit like that is needed, man.
Well, to be honest with you, a lot of people have the mindset when they find out someone died at, I don't know, an old age, like 70, they be like, oh, he had a long life. But then I'm looking at someone like my grandfather who's in his 90s. That's an extra 20 years. And 20 years is a long time to enjoy life here on this earth. So that's why I really value time. And I don't put myself in the box where it's just okay. It's not okay. You want to live as long as you can.
Yes, sir. For those of you that ain't fucking with DJ ET, listen to that. He's trying to up the ante. He's trying to create separation.
A lot of people spend majority of their life trying to build a solid foundation and kind of be successful and build wealth, and then like they die before they even get to enjoy it.
Exactly, and that's another key thing. You know, it's not always about the money.
No,
man, 20 years too. Like 20 years from like imagine like 50 to 70. That's a long life.
70 to 90, bro.
Man, most of us and most of y'all listening is probably in your 20s. It's like, man, you were a kid for half your life, bro. Like you didn't even live half your life. You know what I mean? Imagine 20 years of being an adult, like with money and doing your thing. And, man, that's something to fucking work for. That's why you need to hit the gym and work on.
You gotta hit the gym.
Come on, guys.
And, you know, that wasn't my main reason. There's multiple reasons. You know, I had just got over a breakup, so I was single. You know, and that was part of my motivation, and just. But not even the fact that I broke up, the fact that I was with someone who didn't like to work out and I liked to work out. So as soon as that separation happened, I was able to really think for myself and not, you know, and do what I want. And I always wanted to work out.
How long were you in that relationship?
I was in that one for over 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I mean, we're still cool. We're still cool. She ended up moving to a different state to be with her family. But, you know, there's no bad blood.
So y'all were down here together?
I lived in Gotha area, which is right next to Windermere. I had a house out there, and, you know,
you sold that house too, right?
I did. So
what made you sell the house, bro?
Just the current market. The current market, and then after the separation, I was forced to take care of all the bills by myself.
Okay, yeah.
And before I had a helping hand, and then from there, you know, every day it was just like non-stop work, wake up, work.
Yeah.
And you know what? That will really like put a toll on yourself.
Yeah.
And your body. And I just had enough. I thought, you know what? I held out because they offered me a certain amount of money in the December, and it was low. And I would have lost money. And then I said, you know what? I'm not going to, you know, sell. I'm just going to ride it out. I'm going to work as hard as I can and make it happen. And then that's what I did. And then I ended up waiting till October of last year, 2021. And I ended up doing good.
Selling that shit.
And it's not just setting myself apart as a DJ, being in shape. I wanted to set myself to be a DJ that has money, because some of these DJs out here, you know, they might look like they're living a glamorous life, but you know, you see them and they're not really, if you was to really see how they're living, you wouldn't be as impressed. And I wanted to set myself apart from those guys as well.
Hey, shoot, man, you sold your house, but you rent a nice little pad. I be saying you see me post videos. This man be chilling poolside all the time, grilling up, living in life.
Well, I always try to keep my mind on the money as far as real estate as well. So now I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, wait for the market to change. Then I've been investing in cryptocurrency as well. So,
which crypto specifically?
Well, I had... specifically Ethereum, which
smart.
And smart. Bitcoin. I play it safe, you know, because I had a run in with Dogecoin and I lost a lot of money with Dogecoin. Which is fine, you know, but it was a learning experience.
You know? Those, I think those hit like 0.75 for a minute, and then it just
Well, that was the thing. How I lost on Doge was everybody on Facebook and social media was hyping it up, and he was about to go on SNL, and they were saying, "Oh, once he gets on SNL."
That was the weekend.
Yeah, that was the weekend. That was literally the weekend. Working, right? So before I even got on behind the turntables at 9 o'clock, I called my dad and I said, "Dad, I'm gonna buy this," and I even had my dad buy some too.
That was the highest weekend it's ever been.
Yeah, and it was at 50 cents, and I was like, "Dad, this is gonna take off. Everyone's talking about it." And because I was working, I wasn't able to watch it. And then it just took the dip, and then I held on to it, and then now it's at 18 cents. And
damn, bro,
it was not good.
I've learned with cryptos, if people are already starting to hype it up, it's too late.
You're right. That's true.
If everybody's talking about it, is at that point, it's pretty much too late. I've learned that's like a new rule I've implemented with anything crypto-wise.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you look at the return on like a Bitcoin versus like if I put $1,000 in a Dogecoin.
Yeah.
And if Doge takes off, I'll make it bread. Versus like Bitcoin, and that's just life.
Yeah.
The safe shit, you're not getting the biggest return. You know what I mean?
It's a little bit of luck.
But I think Ethereum, you're right. I think you're onto something with Ethereum because like even that Shiba Inu and shit like that, everything, all those little off coins or altcoins they call it.
Yeah.
You need Ethereum to trade.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't get those altcoins without Ethereum.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the one with like some utility.
I think we're going to see a big difference with this metaverse stuff too going on with Facebook.
Exactly.
Bro.
And that's another reason why I invested in those coins, because I feel like the future is moving towards the metaverse. And as soon as a big company like Amazon or PayPal start allowing you to trade with those coins, then that's going to just change the whole game.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
Pretty much from what I've heard, my brother does, he actually builds like software and stuff like that. And he's actually building like, he's actually helping build some of the rooms for the metaverse.
Yeah.
And he told me that specifically the currency on metaverse currently right now is only going to be cryptos.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not going to see US dollars on it. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not.
Yeah. No, it is. I mean,
it's true though. Why would it be any other way? How would it be anything else but cryptos?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can always do US dollar, like the pay to play type of thing. You know what I mean? Who knows? Facebook gaming, Apple Pay maybe.
But what regulations does that bring?
You got to be careful with all the cryptos, because there was another coin where I lost too, and that was XRP.
Yeah.
Because they stopped allowing you to trade it. So I mean, you gotta just keep in mind and get your feet wet, and just know that your money is not always going to be safe on there. It's a gamble.
It's investment 101. Investment 101 is never invest money that you ain't willing to lose.
Exactly.
If you can't throw that money out the window of a car, you shouldn't be putting it in anything else.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Exactly.
That's investing 101.
Yeah. And then when you look back, now you're in Ethereum and Bitcoin, which I think are the safer ones.
I agree with that. I think those are going to grow no matter what in time. He'll be good. I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere, and Ethereum I don't think is going to be going anywhere time soon.
I think Bitcoin's going away before Ethereum's going away. For some reason,
Ethereum might take over Bitcoin.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Like, there's just so much more utility in Ethereum. Like, you talk about NFTs, that's strictly Ethereum. You talk about these little alternate coins, that's strictly Ethereum. Okay, how do I get into that altcoin? Oh, you trade a Ethereum in for this and that and that. Boom. All right, cool. Bitcoin, what does Bitcoin do?
I think one of the problems with Bitcoin is that the price is so high that it's like, why am I getting something that's $60,000 or whatever, you know what I mean? Versus we can get to your Ethereum, which is
Bitcoin, in my mind, Bitcoin's only value is the there's not a lot of abundance of it.
It's supply.
Exclusivity. The supply. The supply. That's the only.
I think it's like what, 23 million or something like that Bitcoin?
I'm not sure.
I think it's like 23 or 21 million, but I could be wrong for that.
Regardless. But anything could happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything could happen. I mean,
DJ's like, hey, fuck you, bro. That's my that's my investment, bro.
A lot of people predict that it is gonna hit 100,000, and I'm gonna go ahead and say I think it is too, because I want more people to invest in it as well.
Word.
I believe we'll see at least one of the cryptos hit 100K within the next 10 to 20 years. I easily think that.
Yeah.
I think it would be as of right now, I think it would be Bitcoin that would hit it first. I mean, shit, Bitcoin hit what, 69,000, some shit like that?
It did.
So it was already 70% of the way there, you know what I mean? That's not much more of a bump. Another big hype. Yeah. It could easily hit up to 100K or close to it, you know what I mean? So I think it's possible for sure.
And that's what's cool about this metaverse shit. It's just like, it turns it no longer into hype.
Yeah.
And it adds the utility of these cryptos.
Yeah, you're right. Well, they're gambling with it now, the cryptocurrencies too. I noticed that on Twitch.
Yeah.
People are gambling with it. So then that was another thing in my mind. All right, so if they're already gambling with it, they're going to start doing other things with it, and it's just going to...
So are you scared of the regulations of them?
Because that's what happened with XRP. It ended up getting regulated off of Coinbase. But as far as... I think with Bitcoin... I think that's the safest one out of them all. So that's why I go with Bitcoin. Yeah. And am I worried about it being regulated? I think we all are.
Yeah.
You know, I think we all are. That's crypto's biggest threat.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and I think with especially if you start doing gambling with it, I kind of brings a open can of worms and a valid explanation for the government to kind of start putting their hand in. You guys are gambling. This is something that's kind of already regulated. Yeah. We have to start monitoring it. That's kind of an excuse for them to be able to do that. I feel like. You know what I mean? Because it's almost on the legality side that they're able to legally kind of regulate it on that aspect. You know?
100%, man. I like to hear how you spending your money, man. You smart, bro. DJ ET is smart.
Well, I always want to invest.
Hell yeah, man. So if you don't know DJ ET, if you can't tell by his accent, that sexy ass accent. He's from London?
Yes, I'm from London.
What part of London you from?
I'm from a place called Ruislip.
Ricelet, London.
Ricelet.
At what point in time did you leave there? And
I was 12 years old when I left there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I left there with my family. My grandfather was actually in the, he was in the Navy.
Oh, okay.
No, sorry, he was in the Air Force.
Okay.
And he didn't fly planes, but he relocated to the UK, met my grandmother, and then my dad found out that he is an American citizen by birth. And then once he found that out, he decided to move where it's hot and sunny, and it was Florida.
Fuck.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. So you've been here since you were 12 years old?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I became a citizen about 2 years ago. And
Hey, my boy got them documents. Let's go. Give him a round of applause.
How old are you?
I'm 35 tomorrow.
Hey, I celebration to that man. I gotta give him a round of applause for that as well.
35
Happy
tomorrow,
birthday,
man.
bro.
Big facts, big
Appreciate
facts.
that.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
35 tomorrow. God damn, it takes a long time to get them documents.
Yeah,
To get what?
To get them documents, bro.
Oh no, it's a mission.
It's
Yeah.
a fucking
It's a
mission.
mission. Yeah, it's a mission.
That's a whole other conversation.
That's not allowed.
Yeah, we could have that on. We could go in.
That's a whole nother. All right, so you come to Florida. At what point you start DJing, man?
Oh man, as soon as I got here, I mean, I was 12, and then I was, doing my own thing. I think I was into like gaming back then, like PlayStation or whatever. So that sucked up some of my time. But then I started to visit the UK because I didn't have any friends here.
Right.
So, and then when I go back, all my friends over there were DJs or DJing, like practicing, having fun, because over there it's a big thing.
Really?
It was at that time. I don't know if it is now. It probably is. And then I thought to myself, you know what? I could actually do that in America, and I can actually make it happen.
Yeah.
Versus over there, there's so many people doing it.
It's so saturated.
It's too saturated.
Yeah.
So then that's what I did, and because I didn't know too many people, and it was summer. There was no opportunities to really know anyone other than the people that were in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I'd be friends with them, but there was like 4 or 5 people. But then in my free time, I would DJ.
Yeah.
And then from there, just started building more and more friends through DJing.
So you were like what, in middle school, trying to fuck around with people DJing and stuff like that?
I would say, I think it was 9th grade. Well, middle school was when I was opening up the magazines or going to a friend's house, playing with their stuff.
Yeah.
And then 9th grade was when I bought my first set.
Yeah.
And because I was 14, I was working at Chick-fil-A at the time on the weekends.
Oh, shit.
And back then, it wasn't digital.
Yeah.
It was all vinyl. So I'd work hard, and then I'd buy clothes and I'd buy vinyls.
Yeah.
And it was just, that would be my thing.
That's pretty dope. It's actually crazy because not many people know this, but like when I was growing up, like in like late middle school, early high school, I was actually DJing. I used to DJ at parties, and I used to get paid for that.
Shit.
I had like virtual DJ, and then I had like a little turntable, like some Pioneer turntables that I bought, and I used to control them through that. And I was doing that for a while. It was fun. I liked it, but it was nothing like I ever like wanted to like pursue something. That was just something like I did. I like music. I like going to the parties and that. So I used to make decent amount of money on the weekends, is DJing a party here and there and stuff like that.
Damn, that's crazy. Cause like I feel like this was you're 35 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So 12, 13, 14 years old was about what, like 20 years
ago.
Yeah, I've been DJing for 20 years for sure. And I started to actually do teen nights when I was 16 or 17. And I never really saw it as a career. I just did it because I liked it.
Yeah.
And then after, because I had a car back then, I had a job. I was good in school, but I only allocated the time that I could. So I was a C student, but if I was to really have the time and quit going to Chick-fil-A or Puma, wherever I was working, I would actually have been a straight A student in my mind.
Yeah.
And then from there, that's it. I just decided, trying to figure out where I'm going to go to college. I did okay on my SATs, but I don't think I did great. I didn't put enough time in to study the books. And then an opportunity came to go to Full Sail, and I only did 1 year. And then from there,
What's Full Sail? What's that?
It's a college in Winter Park. And it's a school that's dedicated to the arts.
Yeah,
and it's pretty prestigious, and they've got their alumni, and I still have connections with people that went to that school, and I can still take classes there for free.
That's cool.
So it was good, but most people, they do 2 years or they do 3 years, but I just said to myself, you know what, 1 year is fine, because they back then, I don't know if they do now, but they had a good job placement. So I thought if they could just get me a job anywhere,
I'll be happy.
Yeah, I'll be happy. And then and then I knew I was always a big fan of the radio station here. It was called 102 Jams. And that was 102 Jams. And I said to myself, I really want to work for 102 Jams because I'm a fan. And ended up getting lucky and got an internship. I actually did 2 internships because once the first one ended, I said, oh, I can't leave. I'll do another internship because I really wanted to work there. And did the second internship. Halfway through, they said, listen, we can't have you be an intern for this long anymore. We got to start putting some money in your pocket, even if it was minimum wage.
Yeah.
Oh, really? That's dope. I didn't know that.
So,
cool.
So then from there, just started working with them, doing the promotions, doing editing with sound.
Yeah.
And then but they all knew that what I was trying to do. They knew that I was trying to be a DJ on the radio. And, but you got to put your time in. And I knew that too.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah. That's big too. Like, just like what I was just talking about, like weekly success and failure or whatever. It's like, if you do something you want to do, man, like you do something that you really want to do.
Yeah.
When you were ecstatic about the opportunity just to be on 102 Jams.
Yeah.
You could give a fuck that you weren't getting paid, right? That was the pay. Thank you for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, and that's the difference between like, that's how you become successful in something, man. Like you gotta want something that bad to where
you be wanting to do it for free almost.
Right? Like we just had Realtor over there and she said her first couple of sales, she ate the percentage.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to do? You want to be a DJ? Like, you want to be out here? You want to be on 102 Jams? Maybe you got to eat the pay. Yeah. And next thing you know, they're like, look, man, you put in work, bro. We got to pay you now.
Yeah, exactly. They felt bad.
Hell yeah.
I don't know of anything in life that you can get successfully without having sacrifice, period.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything.
Oh, no, that's a fact. That's
you know what I mean? So,
fact.
and there's different sacrifices could be from many aspects, and that's what it was for you. You know what? And if they're sitting there like, yo, this guy's willing to sacrifice 3 years internship with us.
Yeah.
But this guy's for the long haul, you know what I mean? Kind of thing,
exactly.
You know?
So it wasn't 3 years, it was more like a year.
Oh, it was a year?
Okay. About a year, yeah.
But even still, man, even a year of interning, that's still really dope, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it was, but you know, the good thing was I was already out in the street DJing parties.
Yeah.
So I did have some income coming in.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So what did you do then while you're doing that radio? You were like doing parties and shit like that?
I wouldn't get too many, and they would actually get me some gigs too. But I was doing gigs here and there, and that was it. I was just, you know, getting my name out there and different things like that. I was just, I actually, as soon as I left Fulsa, I worked at TGI Fridays for about 3 months.
Really?
And and I thought, and then that was it in my mindset, because I was like, I wanted to be a server, and I saw that they were letting any people become servers without learning the menu. So I thought, I could just be a part of that group, you know? But they really wanted me to learn the menu. And then one day I said, are you going to make me a server or not? And they said, well, tell me what X is on the menu. And I was like, I don't know. And then I said, well, you're letting other people become servers. Why can't you let me? Obviously, they didn't have room. And then I left the office and I just walked right out. And I said, I was worried. I was calling a friend and I said, do you think I made the right choice? Yeah, you made the right choice. I think just keep going.
That's not your passion, bro.
No, it wasn't my passion. No, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, it was cool, you know.
Because you can talk and shit like that.
Yeah, just talk and have. I had a lot of friends at TGI Fridays. It was actually the TGI Fridays where Mangoes is. It was called Fridays Front Row.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But I knew in my head, I've always kept this in my mind, and this was actually implanted through my dad. Is like, all right, I'm gonna be a DJ, right? So why would I be in a different career that has nothing to do with DJing?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be a DJ and I'm gonna be in a different career, then I need to be in audio engineering. I need to be in street promotions. I need to be in something that's gonna bring it all together, and then I'm gonna be able to do that.
Something that's gonna add.
Because any job that you have, you acquire skills from.
Exactly.
And the skills that you acquire from being a server, I mean, to a certain degree, you might be able to say a way that could imply, but in the general fact, everything else like you just listed would be a lot better skills to be able to imply to being a DJ. You know
exactly. You just got to keep building the skills to be able to do what you want to do, and it has to correlate with each other. Because if not, then you're spreading yourself out too much, and that's why some people, they don't ever become great at one craft, because they're trying to be masters of multiple crafts.
Yeah. I will say one thing that helped me out in my career now, like as an accountant, was working in a warehouse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of people that go and be accountants that don't know the first thing about working in a warehouse. And then you're looking at, hey, what's this WIP? What's all this inventory change? What's this and that? And it's like, oh, yeah, because it's coming to the end of the year or whatever.
Yeah.
Purposeful work towards your dream means something, man. Like if you're going to school for something, why don't you, instead of working at Forever 21 or something like that, why don't you find a job, even if it's the lowest fucking level ever, into something that's purposeful towards what your goal is. Right? Like if you're gonna be an accountant, don't go work for Forever 21. Go work at a warehouse, even if you're getting paid dirt. Or go work at a firm or something, low level firm or something. If you want to be a DJ, go be a bouncer. Or you know what I mean?
Bartender.
Bartender. Something that's purposeful.
Yeah, exactly. Something where you're gonna be around the right people.
100%, man. And you acquire those skills.
So what would you say is like the first your first job that you did that you felt was like almost life-changing or like big to you?
Well, that would be it. I would just say the internship at the radio station. That was really, and then once I got hired with the radio station, that changed a lot, just with everything that was going on. And really that actually set me up for my future. Because even when I left the radio station, I was actually fired from the radio station.
Really?
Yeah, because...
You want to dive in why you were fired or no?
Yeah, I could dive in. I just used to break the rules.
That's so blunt.
And eventually they just had enough. You know?
That's funny. So what type of rules were you breaking?
They would say, you can only talk for 3 seconds. You can't say your name. And I would be on there for 15 seconds. Oh, it's E.T.
It's E.T.
I just had enough, you know. It was getting to the point with the radio where I saw the pattern of radio is dying. The aux cord is here now.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time.
Yeah. Oh, so speak on that. So you were seeing like the patent of radio, right? Like meaning like this is your only way on. Like you got other avenues to be able to get on. Yeah, exactly. And once I was on and I built enough connections, I figured, I see all these DJs that aren't on the radio and they're actually successful. So the radio isn't the way anymore.
No. It's not a necessity. You don't have to go through the radio.
Yeah.
Which is definitely big nowadays because, to be honest, man, like, I can't tell you the last time I listened to a radio station.
No, it's trash.
I think, too, like, shout out to Block 105. Yeah. That's a nice little market because the radio has all these restrictions, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are syndicated in different areas or whatever, and they have the radio laws to abide by. Yeah. But there is this market of radio stations, quotations, radio stations that are doing an online market, right? Where it's like, yo, curse what you want, say what you want. We just gonna open these windows up for you, and you're gonna do your thing, which is like what the block is doing for us or whatever. But
exactly. Well, I wouldn't say it's trash. I would just say it's not going to be as good as customizing your own playlist on whatever platform you want.
No, it's true. And like for example, like I used to love listening to Shade 45. I used to listen to Jude. You know, Rude Jude. I love his stuff.
Oh yeah, no, I still listen to Sirius.
But you know what? I used to hate that. Like he would always like it was like I swear to God, it was every week this man come on and be like, all right, so we're getting in trouble again, guys. We got to start watching our mouth. I guess what I said last week about this got me in trouble. I sat down with everybody and blah blah.
No,
and I was like, man, like that's what this guy does, bro. How is the racist going to come at him, man? Like this is what he does. His name is literally Rude Jude. Like, come on, bro. Like he's going to do what he does, and that's what makes him him, and that's what makes him popping is because of what he does.
But it's those big platforms.
Exactly.
You need them sometimes.
Exactly, but that's the whole thing is like it limits you. You know what I mean? Versus like if he had his own show, it's like the man could free speech, which he'd probably be like a bunch of cancel cartridges every couple months because of the shit that he probably say. But nonetheless, he can openly speak about his free mind because a lot of times they're touching the things and he's like,
which you're starting to see more and more now is people leaving like those structured radio stations and starting to do their own thing or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's over.
So what was your first job outside of the internship then?
All right, well, I would say, that's a good question. So I used to do, actually, there's a DJ here in Orlando, DJ Nasty, and he got me a weekly gig.
Oh,
really? A place called Kahuna Grill, which was right where I used to live, which was Hunters Creek. And this was the spot. Now it's called Gators. And every Thursday I used to do it. And it was good money.
Really?
And so then I used to have friends from high school, and I used to meet people, and they found out I was working at the radio station through Facebook, so it was a big deal back then. And looking back then and seeing how I was and how different I am now, it's just it's kind of like cringy, but at the end of the day,
it's cringy. Yeah, hey man, like you're not growing if you don't look back.
Yeah, exactly.
And be like, God damn, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
But I was still able to make money, and that really set me up because I could have that as my bread and butter. Yeah. And then everything else on the side would come in as well. Mm-hmm. And then I had a few other residencies going on, and then it's hard to break into the game.
Yeah, of course.
Because people don't want you in the game. Mm-hmm. You got other DJs out there that's already set up, and they don't want any competition. Mm-hmm. So you got to break down the brick wall, and even the club, not even just the DJs, the clubs, the club owners, the promoters, they don't want any more competition, and I don't blame them.
Right. Because like you're in a position now where like you might be like, hey, that's competition.
Yeah. Well, me now, because I've invested my money into real estate and different things, that I don't really worry about it because, what's going to happen if someone takes my gig? I'm not going to lose sleep because I'm still going to have a bed to sleep in. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go out there and find another gig. Mm-hmm. So, but back to what I was saying, like with with that place called Gators. Yeah.
It's now Gators and stuff.
Okay, no, this is what I was saying. All right, so I would have a hard time getting gigs. So what I started to do was I would make connections with different club owners, and I would start promoting my own nights. Yeah. So now I would be the promoter and DJ.
That's cool. That's different.
Yeah. So I would promote the night. I would get the flyers. I'd bring together DJs, and sometimes I'd make $0. But then, looking back, I made the most money back when I was doing that on certain nights, but it would balance out because I might make 1,000 or 1,200 in one night, and then I might make $0 on the next night.
Yeah. So you went from trying to connect to promoters to get you a night, or they have a night that they're advertising, to let me be my own promoter and let me connect with these club owners and XYZ. Yeah. And if I eat the loss, I eat the loss. But
No. You
take a little more control that way then.
Yeah, so I would approach a promoter and I'd say, listen, you got a spot for me? And they would say, oh yeah, for sure, I'll hit you up. Nothing would ever come out of it. So then I just started to do my own thing.
That's pretty dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So when you were doing that, were there any big promoters that you met for that you kind of continue a relationship with now, or do you have
to be honest with you,
not really? I see that you're pretty cool with H. Dot, so I know he's a pretty big promoter. Did you meet him after with Mike Lockley, so that or no?
No, I actually met Mike Lockley in 2021.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
so just recently.
That was when my girlfriend had left me, and I was trying to figure out how to make money. Yeah. So then I ended up doing video production for a guy. Mm-hmm. And he was interviewing Mike Lockley, doing the same thing you guys are doing with a podcast, and I produced it for him, and that's how I met Mike.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
And then I like what he was saying in his podcast, and the next day I said, I'm going to come tomorrow. I'm thinking about joining. Yeah. And then from then on, I just did it.
That's dope.
That's how I met Mike. But I had heard about him. I saw him on H. Dot's Instagram and different people's Instagram because he's well known out here. And but I never knew he was so close to me, and I never knew how easy, and I never really pick the guy's brain.
Yeah.
Because it's more than just working out with him.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. That man, he's cool ass, humble ass. It's cool. It's cool. That's dope. So when did you end up running to H. Dot? Was it before then or?
Oh no, I went to high school H.
Oh really? So you guys knew each other from high school?
But what's funny about me and H. Dot is, we've always been friends.
Yeah.
But I went my way. This is when I started at the radio station. Yeah. I went my way. I was doing my thing. He went his way. He was doing his thing. Because really, at the end of the day, we're both trying to get on.
Build.
And for us to help each other out at that time in our career, it would never have worked.
Yeah, it was kind of productive.
But we would run into each other, how you doing, H dot, and it would kind of be like that. Never have any sort of bad blood. See you doing good. I'd give him advice. He'd give me advice. We'd help each other out, but no one knew we had a special bond.
Yeah.
And then the quarantine came around, and I'd run into him more often. But then the quarantine came around, and I noticed that a lot of DJs were kind of like stopping because there was no clubs open. They had no ambition to get online, and he was the only one that I saw doing it. And I was the same way because we're both like we're real cool. We're both close in age, and we're both Capricorns, and maybe that has something to do with it. So then, we end up linking up, and from then we just built an even closer bond, and that's what we got now.
That's dope. That's cool. I didn't know that. That's really cool. So you guys actually went to school together and everything.
So H-Dot is a promoter.
Yeah, he's a DJ promoter.
He's a DJ promoter. He's pretty big too. He's pretty well known over in this area for that too. So that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope.
Okay. So real quick, what made you? How was that spell like with your girl leaving you? Why was that?
She had her own.
I caught it. I was like, God damn, that was like the growth moment for you.
She had her own things going on, and she wanted to move back with her family, and
that wasn't for you.
I wasn't even approached to move back, so I just, she's ready to move back. And I'll be honest with you, I wasn't the best boyfriend. I was so focused on my career. I wasn't worried about, I wasn't being right.
That's cool that you can sit back and look back on it and admit it. Because a lot of people, whenever relationships fail, they always are so quick to point the finger the other way that a lot of times people don't always look in the mirror and say,
no. It was definitely me.
That's dope, man. That's really good. So then you started working out and shit like that with Mike Lockley.
Well, I was always working out, but I wasn't working out as often.
You know what? A few years ago, man, I lost like a lot of weight. Yeah. And I was in really good shape. And I used to think I was in really good shape with that. And then when I went to Mike Lockley, you know what I realized, bro?
What's up?
That I was never training core enough.
Oh, yeah.
This man, Mike Lockley, don't play with that core, dog. It's like every day you're doing a minimum 300 sit-ups. No questions asked. It feels like.
Oh, yeah.
This man Lockley don't play. I was like, you know what? My whole life I've never trained core, not even 5% correctly. I've been slacking with that.
That's the results side of it right there.
No, big facts.
You gotta look at the results. Yeah. So you started working, so your girl left, you started working Mike Lockley, XYZ, then you started getting in touch back with your promoter boy. That's a good point too. Like that's something big where it's like you went to high school, homie.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't even need each other for years down the line.
Yeah. I see you guys are always posting together. So that now, do you guys actually work together now, or you guys kind of do your own thing still and just kind of link up occasionally?
It's always there. It's always available.
Yeah, that's
he
cool.
feels the same way about me.
Cool.
I'm sure. It's just
that's
always, cool. It's just a friendship. Yeah. I feel like sometimes with people like that, you can mix business and friendship and both be lucrative because we made some good money together and certain things we've done. But you don't want to push it too hard because at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to do something that might jeopardize my relationship.
No, of course, absolutely, 100%.
What was he doing though in the pandemic? You saying he was active online and stuff like that? Yeah, he was
active online, and he's got his own show that he actually does online. And then he does that on a Thursday, and then we created our own show on a Tuesday. But we weren't just doing that; we were going on rooftops, spinning live because we noticed that more people were sitting at home on their phones watching what's going on. So we took advantage of that and we started to build more fans. And like I said, we both went different ways. So then when we came together, I had built my fan base and friends, and he had done the same. And then when we merged them together,
it was popping.
It was a smart idea because then there was even people that knew him from back in the day but don't follow him, and there's people that knew me back in the day that don't follow me, and then when they saw us together, oh shit.
Oh, that's E.T. I remember E.T. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, that's crazy. I ain't seen H-Dot in years, or I ain't seen E.T. I didn't even know he was still DJing.
Man, and this is like keeps coming up. man, a lot of people that are doing good right now took fucking advantage back in the pandemic. When the pandemic hit, they call it the bandemic because motherfuckers were making this is our come up time right now. Oh, people are sleeping, people aren't working hard on this and that. Bet I'm gonna take it to the internet. I'm gonna take it to this. I'm gonna take it to that.
Honestly, man, I think almost everybody we've had on here, they talked about like during the pandemic that like they made a switch. And you know what? I feel like that is such a key factor for people that are successful is that no matter what comes, you're going to find a way to adapt. And that's survivability 101 is that the most adaptable survive, you know what I mean? And that's the key thing. And the same thing with success, man. If you learn how to adapt to different things, you're going to succeed. And it's all about who can adapt the quickest, you know what I mean?
Well, I didn't have a choice, you know.
Exactly,
That's how it's got to be.
Survivability 101.
And that's where I had to separate certain individuals from me because they didn't have bills. And, you know, they're trying to get me to hang out and do different things. And I thought to myself, I would love to sit around and hang out with you all day, but I'm not gonna put my credit on the line for just to hang out with you, you know?
Yeah, 1000%.
It kind of like it hinders you because you can't have fun with it as much. But it like makes you move with it more professionally. Right.
I mean, I always have fun. There's a certain, you know. H-Dot, he has a bright future and he's very goal oriented. So I just link up with people that are goal oriented that have bills like me.
That that we're working towards something.
Yeah, exactly.
That's dope. So what would you say at like in your whole entire career, what do you think was like your biggest or most memorable like gig that you did?
Well, I would just say the first time I did the Magic, to be honest with you, rocking to that many people, like 17,000 people in the arena, even if I'm doing a 10-minute set. I mean, it was just crazy.
When was the first time you did the first time?
Oh, that had to be like 5 years ago.
Oh wow! So you've been on and off at the Magic for a while.
Yeah, I have because you know they had the quarantine and different things like that, different opportunities, and to be honest with you, I was just filling in.
Yeah.
But I had built the relationship with DJ D Strong, who's the main DJ, and I've built a relationship with him for years. And even when he started with them, he started with me. He used to pull out a table, and and it was actually through someone else. So we just pull out a table, he'd be on the mic outside the front, and then eventually he was able to get inside.
That's really dope. That's really, really cool. Also, so he's like, you pulled up front of the Amway Center?
Yeah, we was at the front. We was at the front.
I've seen you do that a few times too. You just pulled on the front.
Yeah, that's right. And I still do that to this day.
Really?
But back then, but they have a stage for us now. But back then, you know, there was no stage. It was just a tent, and I'd bring all my equipment out there, and it was something that the guy that we was mixed in with had created.
That's really cool. That's really dope. That's really cool that he did. I didn't even know that. And it also says a lot too, because like for him to have that like as his main gig and he trusts you to fill in for him, that says a lot, because you know there's a lot of other people he can go to, but he comes to you. That says a lot about like how he feels about you as a person and as a DJ. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Because you know what, one thing about me is I don't like to step on toes. I always
1000%.
I would never ever say to the main guy that's running the gig, hey yo, you ever think about putting me on? I would never do that, because if they felt like they wanted to do that, they would just ask me. And why would I step on my boy's toes?
Exactly.
I would never do that, because my friendship means so much more to me than actually being on the main stage.
And you never know what that man can give you in the future. Who knows? Maybe like another stadium or whatever, or a big celebrity or someone that needs him. He runs into somebody. And it's like, oh, we want to do this. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, I got the Magic thing, but you know what? I know somebody that could take care of you. Boom. You know what? You never know.
You never know, and that's another valid, great point. You never know. I mean, I don't expect anything from him.
Of course, you never expect anything.
But you never know.
Yep, that's true.
But my main reason is my friendship with individuals means way more than any job position or any amount of money, because it's gonna pay off, and I'd rather just be out at his house smoking a cigar with him. You know, I'm not gonna do that if I'm not gonna be able to do that if I shit on him.
No, of course, 1000%, 1000%.
That's big though, man. That's really cool.
As a DJ, what do you think? Like, obviously, like I think marketing connection is like definitely the hardest thing. But what do you think the next hardest thing being a DJ is?
I think the biggest fear now is the metaverse.
The metaverse, you think so?
Yeah, that's going to be the next big challenge.
Oh, if
it takes off. New Year's Eve was a bash. It was hundreds of people in one place. Imagine if people decide, oh, I'm just going to go online and celebrate.
But you don't think that there's going to be virtual DJs in the metaverse?
Yeah, there will be, but the transition.
Yeah, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be hard, but adaptability, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all about.
Have you been looking into these NFTs or anything like that?
No, I mean, I keep an eye on what's going on with the art and trading with the Ethereum. I understand a little bit. And yeah, I mean, I know that the NFT art shows are good.
Yeah, because it looks like a lot of these NFTs are like, they're looking like they're going to be like avatars, right? Like, it's almost like they're going to be like your avatar available for the metaverse or something.
Oh, yeah, you never know. Man,
after we're done, I'll talk to you a little bit about some stuff that I heard, because I know that some things I know I'm not supposed to say some stuff about what I know, but you'd be surprised. But I'm telling you right now, like, the metaverse is going to create a lot of jobs.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to create a lot of opportunities. There's going to be a lot of money coming in out of the metaverse that's going to be applied to our daily life. And I think if you adapt it right, that might actually be not a fear but better come up for you, bro, because there's gonna be some crazy things that are gonna be going on in the metaverse. It's definitely for sure.
I feel like at the end of the day, if I was to go back and if they was to ask me, do you think social media is a great idea? And I'm gonna be like, nah, like I like how life is right now, but I can't change that. So you just gotta move with whatever they throw at you.
Exactly.
And they're throwing that at us right now. People are trying to deny it, but they ain't going to be able to deny it.
Man, to be honest, bro, you actually caught me with that one, because I was not expecting you to say that you think the biggest challenge is metaverse. I was expecting like equipment, trying to read the crowd, this, that, and the other. But like for you to throw the metaverse, that actually surprised me. I wasn't expecting that.
That's my biggest threat right now.
That's dope. That's really, 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 really cool.
Yeah, because that's like the biggest push right now. There's people buying boats. And shit like that in the metaverse. And I got my coworkers that are just your average Joes with money or whatever, and they're like, yo, my buddy he just dropped $3,000 on a boat in the metaverse. What the hell is that? And my kid is playing in this metaverse.
It's not even launch.
So you got like you got my kid and you got my buddy in the metaverse. You know what I mean? It's like, man, come on now. And you telling me there's not gonna be room for that's just more real estate.
Yeah.
That's just more real estate right there.
Could you imagine those DJing a set somewhere and then also DJing in the metaverse at the same time?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I've already got something in the works. You know. I've got
that'd be dope.
Friends, and you know, we'll see what happens. You know.
That's really.
I got to be ready. You know, and I plan.
Hell
on being ready,
man.
You know?
So how is it at the Ice Bar? That's one thing.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's my longest running gig. I love it over there. You know.
Yeah. If you guys are in the Orlando area, go show this man some love at the Ice Bar. This man kills the turntables, man. He makes it hype. He's good. He engages with the crowd. You know, it's actually enjoyable. I pulled up on him, bro. You killed it. It was a good night, bro. I appreciate it. It was nice and everything. Definitely show this man some love. If you guys ain't never been to the Ice Bar and you guys are in Orlando area, Orlando, Florida, this shit is dope. It's like you go inside. There's like a little special area where they have like a full room made out of ice. They got like ice sculptures. The glass are out of ice. You know, you get like a big Eskimo jacket and everything like that. It's a pretty dope little spot to pull up at. It's right there on I-Drive too, so it's like right in the tourist area.
And what kind of music do you usually DJ?
Well, everybody asks me that, and what I tell them is, you know, I could easily say, oh, it's open format, which it is. But, you know, any crowd can pull up over there, and I just kind of read the crowd. I can play whatever type of music that I think fits.
So if like you see like a couple white ladies,
all
right, cool, I'm gonna play some Lover Boy or something.
Yeah, exactly. If I see a certain, you know,
you gotta read the crowd.
From a diverse background, so I can kind of. You know, I feel like I can get away with a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
that's big too, because like as a DJ, everybody wants to DJ, but the longer you've been in the game, the older you are, the more you can read a crowd. Like hey, like you're 35 or you're gonna be 35, right? So like when you see some 40-year-olds, not a lot of DJs can relate. Yeah. Right. Like you only 5 years away, so like you could kind of think like I know what you're rocking to. I know what you're rocking to because I know a lot of 40-year-olds. But then everybody knows what the kids are fucking with or whatever. So it's like that's like a cheat code right there.
Yeah.
That's really,
you
really
got to
dope.
stay on top of everything, you know, and you just stay on top of it. And that's one thing that I dedicate a lot of time to, you know, is just improving. You got to keep improving.
Yeah. Have you been fucking with any of the like drill shit coming out of London?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. No, I kind of. Okay. No, I haven't. I mean, there's certain artists over there that I like, but they've actually run their course, so I don't even know who's hot out there right now. But I like Gigs and Skepta. You know,
Skepta. Yeah. Okay, I know Skepta.
Yeah, I did like those guys, but I don't even think those guys are hot anymore. I'm not sure.
Probably.
I'm liking the drill rap stuff that's coming out of the UK. So I think the drill rap stuff is dope.
Well, that's where Pop Smoke got his beats from.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. It's different. I like it a lot, and like it's even though it's kind of like same ideology behind like the whole like trap rap and stuff like that. I still like it because it's first of all it's just different flow. If it hits different, I like it though. I'm fucking with it. Even though like a lot of people are like coming at it because they make fun of people with accents. But I think it's dope. I think it's something different. I enjoy it personally as a person.
No, it's good. It's good. I can't knock it, but then I can't, because I'm from there. I know the scene and I know how an American crowd is going to react to it. They're not going to react the same.
So you don't like bother too much to keep up with the London scene and shit.
Definitely not.
Why not? Right?
Because I'm already involved in that with house music.
So you do house music DJ too?
Yeah.
Have you ever DJed any festivals or anything like that?
I have. I've DJ festivals. Yeah, I actually just did one last year. I did the Beer Fest in Orlando.
Oh wow!
Where was it at? It was downtown, but it was a big festival. Yeah,
that's dope. The Beer Fest.
That's really cool. That's really cool. I didn't know you did that.
I did that. Yeah, and then obviously the Fan Fest with the Magic is a festival too.
Yeah, that's dope.
That's dope, man.
All right, cool. So you guys want to add anything else to it?
Yeah, man. Going into 2022, I mean, y'all gonna hear this like 3 weeks in, but like, is there anything that you got your set sight on? Like, what is DJ ET looking at, man?
You know what? It's always the same. Just to keep growing, just keep getting better and better and better until a certain life event stops me from doing that. God forbid. And that's always been my thing. Whether it's like Birdman said when they said, "Oh, you celebrate your birthday." He acts like his birthday's every day. Mm-hmm. I can't sit here and say, "Oh, it's a new year. I gotta change." No, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing and keep growing and keep being the best that I can be.
You're already on the right path. You just gonna put the gas pedal on.
Yeah, exactly. But
keep the gas pedal.
I'm not saying that what I'm saying is the right way to live your life by any means. But that's just kind of what's been embedded in my brain, and I'm just gonna run with it.
It's the right way for you to live your life.
And you're doing good, man. Respect, bro.
I mean, from the outside, it does look like I'm doing good. But you know what? It comes with sacrifice. 100%. I wish I could spend more time with family members and different things like that. But anybody who's watching this, you just and that want to become DJs, you just gotta know it ain't as glamorous as what it seems sometimes, because you do have to sacrifice. You do have to put a lot of hours in because you got a lot of people that want to do what you do.
Yeah.
And so don't ever feel like, oh, I'm just going to be a DJ. Yeah. Because you're not. Yeah. You're not unless you really are ready to make sacrifices in your life.
I got a follow-up question to that. If you were to go back, would you change careers?
You know what? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'd roll with it. I would do things in my career a little bit differently.
Yeah. In the path.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I definitely wouldn't. I have a passion for this. Yeah. It's like we said from the beginning. It's not always about the money. Yeah. I've done it since. I just love it. You know, this is what I love to do. But I'm not gonna let myself get taken advantage of because I know that other people can make money off of what I do.
Of course, absolutely.
I think that's one big thing. Like we've had a lot of different guests on this podcast that are doing things that you would say quote unquote glamorous, right? And I think a good thing that we provide to the people is ain't shit as glamorous as it seems. Ain't shit as glamorous as it seems. But if you really fuck with it, if you're really passionate about it, that's really what you want to do. Here's your blueprint. Here's a little something that this person did or this person did. And
you said that there are some things that you would rather that you would do differently in your career. Like, what are some things? Because like on this podcast, we're pretty big with trying to like learn from other people. And so what are some things that you would say, like advice or situations that you went through, and whether you handled it wrong or you could have handled it better or you could have done things different? What are those?
I mean, the first thing that pops up in my mind is be careful of who you surround yourself with. You know, because you can have someone that tells you, oh, I'm doing this and that, but they're not really doing it. You know, you want to associate yourself with people that are going to grow and that are going to be doing big things for themselves, just like you plan on doing. Because if you don't do that, you're just going to be the same as them. So just try and you got to cut the losers out of your life.
That's what Mama been telling you all your life.
Cut the losers out of your life.
It's harsh, but if I could do that, take some time out and really look at who I'm hanging out with, it's all been a learning thing. But there's certain people that I look at where they're at today, and I'm like, I should have just not hung out with them as often.
Wasted some time.
Yeah, well, I wasted time, and who knows where I could even not even just with ex-girlfriends, not the one I just was with, because you know she actually helped me with my career. But you know, certain things I would invest time into certain people, individuals, and I'm just like, what was I thinking? Wasting time.
100%, man.
Yeah, and that's the biggest. That's the biggest thing that weighs on my mind as far as if I could change anything. Only other thing I would change is I would say you just. I would say maybe just be careful. Don't burn any bridges with anybody. Always keep whether you gel with them or not. Just always smile, and if you do part ways, just part ways good. Yeah,
we talked about that last week with Lindo and the Island Boys.
Absolutely. Yeah. Just part ways good, and I can only list off one or two people that I wish maybe I hadn't burnt a bridge with, but then I look at what they're doing now, and I kind of like, maybe it was smart to burn a bridge with them.
Sometimes you gotta burn bridges, bro. Sometimes it's what needed.
Sometimes it's fuck you.
Exactly.
Fuck you,
some people are just not gonna respect you, so you just gotta cut them off.
There you go.
Yes,
all right,
sir.
Cool. You guys want to add anything else?
That's it, man.
No, I just want to say thanks to the Pocket Watch podcast for having me on here. I've had a great time. We should toast it up. It was a fantastic episode. Thanks for having me, and good luck with the podcast. Everyone share it. And if you ever want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on my Instagram, DJET Worldwide. And I got a question for you guys.
Oh, okay.
What's next for the podcast?
Woo! So we just started the year with a new platform, the Block 105. Honestly, man, what's next for the podcast for us? I think this new platform gave us a little taste of what it would be like fucking with different platforms.
Yeah.
Like the radio station vibe is really great because everybody that puts out a podcast ain't putting out weekly content. And weekly content ain't easy. You were working on a radio station, right?
It's not.
So we're trying to we come up with weekly content already because we're passionate about it, because we feel like that's what sets us aside from others. This new platform that we're fucking with is requiring weekly content. I think it just sparks something in us like, hey, we can do this. And a lot of people make podcasts, but not everybody does it weekly and with the quality that we're trying to put out.
Yeah, man. Like we started in May of 2021, and we haven't missed a week, bro.
Oh, that's good. I'm proud of you guys.
We've been at it heavy. We have not missed a week, and I feel like this kind of gives us a little bit more fire too. It's kind of dope, and we're just gonna continue doing what we do, connecting with people, trying to get some guests on here, trying to share their stories, keep doing what we're doing though, and.
No, you guys are doing a great job.
Appreciate that.
Great time out here today.
We want more guests like you, bro. That's what's next for us.
Yeah,
bro.
facts.
You gotta get Mike in here on H-Talk.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I talked to Mike. Mike said he'll pull up sometime, but I definitely want to have some more people on here. But we do appreciate you coming through, and I want to shout you out too, because like when we first started this a few months ago, you were helping me out. I was trying to get some stuff situated. You were trying to give me some pointers.
You were struggling.
Yeah, I was asking you. I'm like, yo, man,
figured it out.
Yeah, I was like, yo, man, I got a podcast, bro. I'm struggling with this. I don't know how to synchronize the audio with the videos. What's going on? And you're like, oh, bro, you could do it like this. And you know what? You told me that, and I was like, nah, there ain't no way. I went home, looked it up, I'm like, fuck, man, it was that easy, bro. But yeah, you helped me out a lot. You definitely helped me a lot.
Hopefully I'll be invited again.
No, we're definitely gonna have a follow up with you, definitely. And if you guys, like I said, if you guys want to hire ET, you guys want to connect with ET, give him some love, support, as always with all of our guests. Down in the description, we're gonna have his socials on there. We're gonna put everything we can for that. So go ahead and give this man some love and support. So that's pretty much it.
Hell yeah, Pocket Watch out, man.
Pocket Watch out.
DJ ET.
Thanks, guys.
There you go.